will help you with your running technique to give you a little bit more lift, help promote more of a 4-foot stride and 4-foot landing, okay, but give you more power to project you in the right direction, which is a forward direction and an upward direction. So an up combined with a forward direction rather than purely forward and through at a lower trajectory. Okay, so the 5 drills will be promoting landing on the 4 feet up in that position rather than landing flat-footed, or even worse, landing on your heels. We don't want a heel strike, and if at all, we don't want to be landing flat-footed. We want to be trying to land on our 4 feet. So first of all, I'd like you all, just where you are, just to not bounce, no leaving the ground at all, but simply,
like this.
You need to be over there, please. But simply just going up and down like that. Okay, so try that.
It's easy for me.
Okay, very good. Now, in all those drills, that'll be the takeoff point. You'll do that almost like if you see a jumper on the runway, whether a high or a long or a triple jumper, they might have their own little rocking thing they do, or they might do something like that before they take off. Well, before you do each of your drills, I'd like you all to make that your little takeoff thing. Now, the first of the drills I'll show you today, and I'll show you back and forward, or just up and down here, is very simply skipping on the 4 feet, okay? So I'll do my little takeoff and then I'll skip left and right, and I'll try and bring the feet up straight under the hips. I don't want to ask you one more time, Matilda, over there just watching. Okay, so I'll do it again and then bring the feet up under the hips. I'll show you the incorrect way of doing it. A lot of people do the incorrect way where they'll bring the feet up and forward and quite low. Okay, and they'll tend to land flat-footed. I'll show you from the side as well. You don't want to bring the feet forward like that. You want to bring them up. I'll start like that again. Straight up under the hips. I'll show you in slow motion for a minute. Okay, bring them straight up under there. Okay, not forward. A lot of people when they run, unfortunately, they land flat-footed or they heel strike simply because of that foot coming through too much rather than up and under the hips, and then landing under the hips as well. That'll be drill number 1. Okay, drill number 2 is just a little bit more exertion required and more speed required, doing the same thing, but I simply call it running with short steps and high knees. So I'll do the little rock again, and then, okay. Now on both of those first 2 drills, and in fact on every other drill, I'm looking for a slight tilt from the hips, a slight tilt forward. I'll show you from here, just tilt like that. It doesn't mean roll the shoulders and the head forward like that. It means a nice straight torso and back there, okay, and you simply tilt forward a little bit like that. You'll even get a little bit of the tilt from the ankle, but most of the tilt will come from the hip. So I'd like you just to stand there flat-footed for a moment and just feel yourself tilt a couple of degrees like that. Don't put your head down. Most people will do that first of all. They'll actually put their head down like that and they think they're tilting. Keep your head in line, or the neck and the head in line with your back and the rest of your torso, and just tilt from the hips. So you nearly feel like you're falling forward. Now actually try that tilt while you're on your 4 feet. So do the little rock. Now keep up on your 4 feet. Everyone keep up on your 4 feet and try that tilt. And what happens? What do you naturally want to do? You naturally want to fall forwards, don't you? That's what we call the forward projection. And you want to, every step you take when you run, you want that forward projection. All right? So watch again. I'll do the little takeoff thing, and I'll do a little forward tilt to take off. Notice how I did a little forward tilt to take off. I'll do it from this side for those people who can see there. Little rock, forward tilt. Okay, I didn't dip the head down. The head's still looking forward. I'm trying to bring the feet up under the hips. Trying very hard not to bring them forward like I told you the big no-no before. The third drill I'll have you do today will be butt kicking. I want everyone to just try the classic quad stretch for a minute, which is holding one foot back. You might do it with one hand, you might do it with two. You might need to hold on to a partner so you don't fall over. Try it first of all where you're really upright. Try it where you're really even almost leaning backwards. And try it there and just see how challenging it is. Very challenging, A, to balance, and B, to get that foot right back to the butt. Now try it while you're tilting forward a bit. And watch how much easier it is to get that foot up. Now try and lean back again. Once you lean back, you lose balance, and there's much more strain in the quad. Did you notice that? Try it again leaning forward. Easy to balance and everything. Now try leaning back. Much harder. There's more of a stretch there. More of a strain there. If you want to get a good stretch in, okay, lean back and do it holding onto a fence. Great for getting a good stretch in as part of the warm-up, or even stretching session after the cool down. But you don't want to force more strain on your body by having that too upright or too far back leaning angle of the body when you're running, do you? Or when you're doing your drills. You want that forward tilt so you don't have too much of a strain on your muscles, including the quads, which are the biggest muscles of all. Okay, so remember that, the forward tilt and the forefeet, very important. With the butt kicking, again, I'll do the little take off, forward tilt, and okay, and I'll do it that way, forward tilt. You don't have to actually kick your butt. I'm nearly 50 now. My quads aren't mega flexible. I find it really hard for my heel to actually kick my butt. It's more about bringing the legs back behind you and under you, nice and quickly, but getting used to that forefoot landing and the forward tilt from the hips.